Hi there, Victor Pross speaking to you, anarchist artist. Okay, today I'm going to talk about the Zeitgeist movement and do consider it a eulogy of sorts. I consider the movement dead, and I was talking about in some other video, noting the fact that, and I'll tie this in with the Zeitgeist movement, bear with me, that all ethical systems that achieved any degree of world influence were, at root, variations on the theme of self-sacrifice. And in such systems in history, the individual was always the victim, commanded to be self-disregarding, to say the least, in sacrificial service to some allegedly higher value, God, or the emperor, king, society, or the state, or the race, or the proletarian, or these days the ecology. It's all been handed down where the individual has been squashed underfoot to one of these fantasies. And as I've said at the outset of that video, anarcho-capitalism, by contrast to all those systems, is the only social system based on the recognition of individual rights, or natural rights, or self-ownership, whatever the lingo that you want to use, of course, including the non-aggression principle. And therefore, because of this, it is the only system that bans force from social relationships on principle. Now, where does this leave the RBE Zeitgeist movement? That's the question I'd like to deal with in this video. Well, I can say that the Zeitgeist movement is not a vanguard of the future. That's laughable, but it's simply a terminal stage of the past. That's it. That's what it was, or is, whatever. It was just a terminal stage of the past. There's nothing new here, folks. Move along. Now, it's been said that the Z movement, let's just call it the Z movement, is merely Marxism with robots. That was a common phrase, Marxism with robots. And of course, comparisons have been mocked by members of the ideology, you can imagine. But let's just take a look at that for one moment. Just like the RB advocates, the old line Marxists claimed that they were champions of reason, that socialism or communism was a scientific social system, you see, and that an advanced technology could not function in a capitalist society, but required a scientifically planned and organized economy to bring its maximum benefits to every man in the form of material comforts and a higher standard of living. These are interchangeable ideologies, ladies and gentlemen, both sharing the same flea-ridden, buzzed horseshit. Now, the Zeitgeist movement has revived all things from the past, and they've topped it off with a nice 21st century Star Trek veneer. Got to be topical, you know. It's all about marketing. Don't forget that, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Joseph knows all about marketing, doesn't he? Of course he does. Now, intellectually, the Zeitgeist activists are the most docile conformists to the old ideologies, having accepted its basic premises. They have accepted as dogma all the philosophical beliefs of their philosophical elders for generations, such as that human beings do not possess a volitional consciousness, but are instead deterministic conduits of culture or their economic class, and that private property and material concerns are evil, that the merging of oneself with the tribe or community is the noblest way to live, that the money is the root of all evil, blah, 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 blah. It's the same fucking bullshit ideology. Now, there's a common thread that I saw in the writings of socialists. Haven't read those wretched works, and I see the same germs of thought in the RBE people, and one can observe the unmistakable longing for a society in which man's existence will be automatically guaranteed to him. That's what they long for, a society in which their survival, irregardless of what they do as responsible thinking human beings, that their survival will be automatically guaranteed. Period. They long for a society that can be characterized by that which they call harmony, by freedom from the demands of competition, A society in which each must do his prescribed part to contribute to the whole, but in which no one will face the necessity of making choices and decisions that will crucially affect his life and future, in which the question of what one has earned or has not earned will not come up in conversation. Thank you very much. So as far as they are concerned, the failure of capitalism to conform to what may be termed a pastoral view of existence, that has always been the socialist indictment of a free society. That's the Zeitgeist indictment of a free society. It's the same goddamn fucking ugly motive. It's not a Garden of Eden that capitalism offers. I'll say that up front. But it's about freedom. And freedom is the commodity that the human race has been running towards for hundreds of years. Victor Pross, signing out. Pop goes the culture.